Is the James Webb telescope working? Webb work continues. The telescope is more than 78% of the way to orbit, having traveled more than 700,000 miles, 1.1 million kilometers, from Earth, according to NASA's observatory tracker. How good will the James Webb telescope be? In addition to studying planets outside our solar system, JWST will be able to observe our home planetary system. Its great sensitivity will enable the identification and characterization of comets and other icy bodies in the outermost regions of the solar system. How long will James Webb last? James Webb could last as long as 20 years. Because of these things, NASA announced that James Webb should have enough propellant to allow support of science operations in orbit for significantly more than a 10-year science lifetime. Another update on January 8, 2022, brought even more exciting news. How can the James Webb telescope see back in time? The Webb is primarily an infrared telescope, so it sees light that's in a longer wavelength than what our eyes can see. This seems nerdy and technical, but it's actually what allows Webb to look further back in time than the Hubble. Infrared light is often very old light, due to a phenomenon called redshifting. Where is the Webb telescope now? After some incredible work from its engineers at the Space Telescope Science Institute, STSCI, in Baltimore, Maryland, everything went smoothly and Webb is now on its way to its parking orbit as a fully assembled space telescope. How far will James Webb see? How far back will Webb see? Webb will be able to see what the universe looked like around 250 million years, possibly back to 100 million years, after the Big Bang, when the first stars and galaxies started to form. Will James Webb take pictures? Webb launched on December 25 and is now on a month-long journey to its observing destination, nearly 1 million miles, 1.5 million kilometers, from Earth. But engineers in charge of the telescope's nerve-wracking development have no photographs to work from. What is James Webb looking for? The James Webb Space Telescope is an infrared observatory that will orbit about 1 million miles from Earth to find the first galaxies that formed in the early universe and to see stars forming planetary systems. How long will it take for the James Webb Telescope to unfold? This orbit, which takes Webb about 6 months to complete once, keeps the telescope out of the shadows of both the Earth and Moon. Can you see the James Webb Telescope from Earth? Watch as the most powerful space telescope ever built drifts ever farther from Earth. Thanks to images from a robotic Earth telescope, you can now watch NASA's James Webb Space Telescope travel through the final frontier. At the time, the observatory was about 340,000 miles, 550,000 kilometers, from Earth, Mossy wrote. Is the James Webb Telescope in space? This artist's conception of the James Webb Space Telescope in space shows all its major elements fully deployed. The telescope was folded to fit into its launch vehicle, and then was slowly unfolded over the course of 2 weeks after launch. Is James Webb much better than Hubble? Webb will have significantly larger field of view than the NICMOS camera on Hubble, covering more than approximately 15 times the area, and significantly better spatial resolution than is available with the infrared Spitzer Space Telescope. Can James Webb Space Telescope see past? The idea is for the JWST to be able to see more than 13 billion years into the past, to the point in the evolution of the universe when the first stars were being formed. Who designed Webb? Bill Ox, NASA's Webb Mission Project Manager, hailed the work of the thousands of engineers and scientists at NASA, Northrop Grumman, which built much of the observatory, and the agency's Goddard Space Flight Center overseeing the mission for their hard work and dedication over the last 20 years to make the James. Thanks for watching the video.